This show is brought to you by PPR Capital Management. Did you know there's a way to invest passively in real estate and get monthly income without dealing with tenants, maintenance, or property management? If you're an accredited or high net worth investor, you can earn cash flow without the headaches by investing in a private equity real estate fund. With nearly $1 billion in assets under management, PPR has provided investors with steady, truly passive monthly income since 2007 without ever missing a payment. To learn more, check out pprcapitalmanagement.com/birds.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Here we go again.
We're drinking wine, talking ball.
Yeah, that's it. And we're hanging out in the wine vines.
Yeah.
Out of here at beautiful Penns Woods.
Yes.
I keep saying Penns Woods.
It is Penns Woods.
It's Penns Woods.
Yes, it's multiple pens.
Multiple Penns. But I love it out here, man. That's where we are. We're hanging out here.
We're back at Penns.
Yeah, beautiful fall day.
Lovely
place.
They got a hay bale maze set up.
Yeah, nice little hay bale maze. I have never been through one yet.
Maybe you should go run through it.
I don't know. We'll see.
Wine, do a little maze.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm into it right now.
Well, maybe we'll lift our spirits.
Yeah,
Going through, digesting what happened to us yesterday. You know, we're here to discuss the Eagles' first loss in 10 games, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. They've been on an incredible ride.
Been on a run.
Yeah,
and all good things must come to an end.
Yeah.
Perfect season's out the window now.
Yeah, that's over. So now the Dolphins can get together and have their toast out there in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like, are there no more undefeated teams? We're the last one.
The Bills. I don't know. Did the Bills win? Because I think the Bills were the only remaining team that was undefeated.
Besides us.
Besides us. The Bills lost too.
The Bills lost too.
Yep. So
the Dolphins are toasting.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we should toast the 72 Dolphins.
All right, it's toast and cheers to the 72 Dolphins.
Cheers.
Which I have an autographed jersey of them. Yeah. 72 Dolphins, yeah. The only undefeated team.
Yeah. Were they undefeated and then won the championship?
Yeah, they went all the way through.
So that's why the Patriots' undefeated season doesn't count.
Exactly.
The Giants.
They lost. Yeah, Dolphins are the only team to ever go from the beginning to the end and win. Super Bowl and all. Yeah.
Less games.
Yeah.
Right. How many games? 13 games?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Since I have my tablet here, let's see how many.
I guess we'll never know. I don't know, man. It's like my kids ask me questions now, and they know that I have like this AI app in my pocket.
Yeah.
And they just ask me a question. I'm like, I don't know. And then they're just looking at me like, well,
Google.
Why don't you find out? I think we're going to bring back the encyclopedias into our house.
Yeah.
Be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Why don't you go check on the Britannica and like teach them how to look stuff up in a book?
So let's see. They went.
Isn't that kind of crazy to think that on a shelf in your house?
Yeah.
That in this much space, this much width,
yeah,
had all of the knowledge in the world. You're gonna go do a school project. You can do some research.
Yeah,
it's all right there.
It's all right there.
Look it up.
Everything that was in the world was right there, and everybody had a stack of
concept.
Stack of encyclopedias. There were science projects in there and everything.
Yeah,
there was a lot. Yeah,
they were really fancy looking books.
Yeah. Cool. A through Z.
I'm gonna bring back the encyclopedia.
Okay,
in my house.
That would be awesome.
I think so.
Yeah, that would be good. What does a modern day encyclopedia set look like?
I don't know. I would imagine it's bigger.
Yeah,
right. You might need
more space.
Might need 2 shelves now.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, did we find out? 13.
Oh no, they played 17 games.
17 games.
Yeah. So, but
like
14. But they played 14 regular season. Okay. Yeah. So 14 regular
17
season.
17 games undefeated.
Yeah. So 14 regular season games and 3 postseason with Super Bowl championship.
Well, cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
So
72 Dolphins. All right.
Losses are kind of a funny thing.
Yeah.
You know, like teams can take it 2 ways.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like a pressure release of some sort, you know, especially if it's easily diagnosable.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not stressed out about like, I don't know why we lost, which I think I kind of feel like I know why they lost.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't get any offensive production like they should have.
Fourth quarter, I mean, there was no offensive production. I felt like, you came out.
So is this a hot topic?
Yeah, I guess that would be the hot topic.
I mean, the offense has been so hit or miss.
Yeah,
and I don't think Okay, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But I just don't think it's because of like the play. You see some of the players saying in meetings it's about execution and stuff, and yes, but like, bro, Saquon was moving the ball. Like, why aren't we running the ball more than 12 times?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, feed that man.
Felt like we did get a little pass happy at some point, but
Early too.
But you needed it early to kind of soften up the defense, I feel. Just because you know how teams are going to play us, we're going to get a lot of, especially what I saw yesterday was a lot of the old school 12 formations where you had the tight ends where you got Dallas and what's my man name over there? Dallas and the other tight end. Calcaterra on one side, and then you got the receivers on the other side, sending one in motion, instead of lining up where you just had both tight ends separated. I felt like they came in with a plan where they knew they were going to throw out of some of that 12 formation, got into some 11 as well, but to loosen up the defense. But they, and you knew that they were going to try to force the ball to AJ.
Yeah.
After all of that was going on, AJ, but, Surtain, I felt did a really good job against them at times.
Yeah. Well, do you see that clip I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
The one that he was overthrown when he had him clearly beat.
Yes.
Overthrown or thrown perfectly. Like, he beat him. And then he was like, okay, I beat him. Let me slow up and see where the ball is.
Yeah, well.
The ball wasn't there yet. And then once he realized it was too far out.
And then now you can go back and you saw, because I remember watching in live time when you saw Jalen pump, and then he held it, and then he released it again. So I don't know if he knew. I don't think AJ probably thought, oh, the ball isn't coming to me. Let me slow down, or whatever the situation was, because you could see Jalen get ready to pump, and then he had to hold it. Then he came back at him again, and that's when you overthrew him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he saw him stop running, and then was like, no, I'll keep going, or what. But you saw it again later on in the game. There was a underthrow where I don't think that AJ thought that the ball was coming to him. So these are things that you're gonna have to get cleaned up.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. When you're like demanding the ball and that you want to be that playmaker, and then you see something like that, where was he letting up because he didn't think the ball was coming to him? Why would you let up in that scenario? Otherwise, unless you thought the ball was underthrown, and you start to like slow down and protect, keep the receiver back. But it's always easier to throttle down than to hit that extra gear to go get it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think to me, I just felt like Jalen, when you watch it in real time, Jalen, he pumped, and then he was like, oh, no, he's not ready. Then he overthrew him. So I felt like Jalen saw him slow down, and he was like, no, keep going, and then he threw it, but it was just too late by then. It's tough. You had the situation where you saw a little bit more of the bubble screens again this time, this week, where they're kind of trying to get those zone reads and get the bubble screen. And Jalen came out and told you that, hey, man, I should have handed the ball off because you had steam running upfield, which it was blocked up.
Yeah.
But, that's what happens sometimes when you're doing that RPO. You pull it and the line is just off and going.
Yeah, I guess what bothered me a little more about that actual play, and I don't want to hang, there's a lot of plays throughout the game that could be a difference maker, but that was obviously a touchdown if they would have connected, But just the way that he kind of responded to the questions about it, after the game, he could have easily just been like, yeah, I let up. I should have been running hard the whole route.
Yeah.
That's what we tell the kids, in even second grade. Like, you can't stop running. You can't stop running when you're running your route. You got to run your route hard. As soon as you stop, they're going to catch up to you, or you're going to throw off of where the quarterback thought you were, So, like, I feel like he should have took a little ownership there.
Yeah.
And been like, yeah, I should have kept running. It should have been 6. And then done. But now there's this whole thing like, he said, yeah, we just missed. Or something like that was it. Yeah, we just missed. And I was like, well, people are going to pick that apart. He's so ambiguous with everything, or, like there's a mystery behind every statement. Like, I would just appreciate a little more clarity. Like, yeah, I should have kept running. I'd have caught it. It'd been 6.
Yeah. They just say, all right, that was on me.
Yeah. Like,
that was on me.
Hard.
My bad. That was on me. I got caught. It won't happen again. And then we move on.
But in like a media frenzy city, it's like, you're like taunting them with stuff.
Yeah. But I thought that, even though Jalen Hurts overthrew had some mistakes, I thought early in the game, man, he was on fire, dude. Like, he was out there shooting darts. And, I thought that he did a really good job of getting the tight ends involved in the game plan. a little sleight of hand where you show him going into motion. It looks like it's going to be a backside block, or no, you catch him out there in the side of the field. I thought that even saying, okay, Saquon, you suck at blitz protection. He got a little bit better this week. He got better this week on some stuff. But, all right, you suck at blitz protection. Let's get you out into a route. I thought that, there were, getting Saquon a couple catches, I thought opened things up as well.
Well, yeah. And then you also display him as not just a running threat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think one of the things that made Westbrook such an incredible threat was how dangerous he was catching the ball.
Exactly.
And what he could do after he did that. So, not only are you worried about him lined up behind the quarterback or in the backfield, you have to monitor him constantly where he's in the slot or he's motioned out. And he's just a game changer. And I think that if we can showcase that kind of thing which is tough, because if you're going to throw the ball, you think that you would use one of these toys that you've gathered, these awesome, super cool toys.
Yeah.
But, you got to use all of his aspects of the game too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that hot topic. I don't know. Can the offense get it together? I think so. Dude, because think about the touchdown that we scored, right? It looks so good.
Yeah.
Everything clicked. The plays looked perfectly called, dialed up at the right time. The inconsistency is what's tough to get a hold of.
Yeah, I think that giving Jalen enough time at the line of scrimmage, breaking the huddle, getting up to the line of scrimmage, and allowing him to have a little bit more control of the offense definitely vibes well for me. You could tell it just works a lot better where he could put you in situations, because you do look at the touchdown that he threw to Saquon going up the right side. That was a check with me play where Jalen went up there, saw what he had to see, made some checks, and got Saquon out there to run a nice little route on the linebacker, and he hit him for a touchdown. So when you can give him time at the line of scrimmage, I think that Jalen is smart enough to handle that load. I think also losing Landon Dickinson was tough.
Yeah.
Just because what he brings to the table is he's more than just the guard. He's the one that's making a lot of the calls when you're talking about pass protection and even some of the run blocking stuff. So, losing Landon Dickinson was huge for this team, because I knew it was going to become a problem just because of what he brings to the table.
Right. You lose a lot of in-snap adjustments.
Yes.
When you have somebody out there that knows protections and knows assignments of the whole scheme versus, what a couple people need to do, it changes it dramatically, because just having that extra set of eyes out there for a center or a quarterback.
And not to take anything from Toth, I think that he stepped in and did well. The one sack that was given up over his side, I felt like he got a little stuck on the inside. And now I couldn't tell if he was being held by the defensive lineman, because it seemed like, dude, all right, we got a game. You got to come off. And I think Jordan Mailata did what he was supposed to do, took the defensive end down to him. All right, Toth, you got to come out of that. You can't get stuck on there hanging on with the center. And then it seemed like Cam was coming back left, so that should have been taken care of. I felt like Toth should have came off, took the defensive end, but, he didn't. And then Jordan got kind of caught in the middle, and then that was a sack.
He could have been held.
Yeah,
But you know what?
I'm going to go back and see.
So what?
Yeah, but
you got to get out of there.
You got to get out of there.
Get out of there.
You got to get
You
out of there.
spin,
You got to punch out of there.
You got to claw. You got to do something to get out of there.
And you shouldn't be in a situation where you're getting held, because if you're shooting your hands and punching, then now you're creating the separation that's needed instead of you being tied in and getting held. But he should have been there for Jordan on that one. But, it happens. And I think Toth, at the end of the day,
Unless you're a short arm guy.
Yeah, unless you're a short arm guy. But I don't know. There were times that you saw him play with good extension.
Yeah.
It's just maybe on that particular play he got caught, but it is what it is. But I thought that, overall he was okay. But I just know that with Landon Dickinson, he's the one that directs everything out there. So losing him was huge. I thought that it was good to see Lane Johnson come out there and finish a game.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Lane back. I think obviously you can tell that he's had some time off.
Mm-hmm.
The exchanges between him and Steen weren't as crisp as they could have been.
Mm-hmm. It's good to see him back
there. I think he played well.
Yeah, I thought he played well.
A little communication, a little recognition stuff with him and his guard down.
Yeah, it's definitely something. I felt like there were times when at first, man, it was like, well, damn, look at the protection. there were a couple plays, those first couple pass plays. I mean, Jalen Hurts had all the time in the
Yeah.
world. You know, the coverage had to been ridiculous downfield because he had so much time. You know, but I felt like, you know, they really did a good job. But you go back and you look at the box score, and it's like, damn, they gave up 6 sacks. You know, that's tough. But a couple of those were because Jalen Hurts ran out of bounds, you know, behind the line of scrimmage.
So many sacks did we give up? 4?
6. Well,
Yeah,
but yeah, for 4. I think, you know, by actual tackle, there were 4, and I think he ran 2 out of bounds, you know, behind the line of scrimmage. You know, you hate to see that just because when you look at the box score, that number is so high, you know.
I was at the game. When you're there, it's tough to get like a play-by-play read of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of distractions while you're there.
Because it's more social.
It's very social.
Yeah, you're watching the game, but it's social,
Like,
you know.
people will come up and like, you know, they'll start the conversation.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of dive off in the conversation. You're watching the game.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize it because you're there to watch the game.
Yeah. But
you're also kind of being rude.
Yeah, you're being social.
Forgive me. I'm
Yeah.
not rude. I like football.
Yeah. But that's why, you know, when I go to the game, I go up to
Dennis.
Yeah, I go up to Dennis' suite and sit in there and hang out, and you know, and they allow me to sit down and watch the game and really nerd out. Sometimes I might take notes. I don't know, you know, but you know, it's fun, man. When you go to the game, it's social. But I watched this one from home because I wanted to be there, sit down, and really get into it. Just because I knew Denver was going to come with a good game plan. But you know what? Though, here's the thing that I enjoy, and this was just who I'm going to say is my offensive crushed it. You know, and it's going to be kind of, you know, what people don't want to hear. But I thought that Sean Payton, you know, crushed it on offense. Dude.
Wait, so when we lose, we have to pick people?
No, we don't have to. I'm just saying.
I actually thought about that.
You know, I'm just saying, I felt like Sean Payton came with some old school stuff that you haven't seen in a while, where it was kind of like some traditional I formation, handoff to the fullback. It was like a true screenplay was ran. You know what I'm saying?
Screen.
Yeah, you know, it's a true screen to the right. I mean, you know.
You don't see that much anymore.
No, you don't see. It's almost like when you take a back road and you stop at a corner store and they have a payphone. You know what I'm saying? It's like having.
Hey, would you look at that? Those slow screen.
Yeah, you know, a slow screen. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
you
like,
don't see them payphones too much anymore, do you?
Yeah, exactly. You don't see that. You know, everybody runs these little QB, you know, receiver screens. You know, where it's like
a water fountain without a bottle filler.
You know, look at that. You know, so it's like an old school payphone. Like when you take those back roads and you hit them in the store.
Sean Payton was the crush it player of the game for you.
Yeah, dude. He came with a good game plan. I mean, and then he said, all right, you know what? Anytime we want to line up, find Ringo.
Yeah, man.
Find Ringo. Who does Ringo have on him? And that's what he did. And he picked them apart, man. I mean, that was, you know, I hate it, but, you know, that's what happened.
Shots fired.
But that's what happened.
All right. Well,
you know,
my crushed it player of the game is wears a green helmet. Because I'm loyal, Trey.
I'm not saying that. I'm not, you know.
Nah, to be honest, I think Saquon is my crush it player of the game. I think that he's producing when he gets the ball. You know what I mean? I think that he's like, fine, if you're not going to let me get all my touches running the ball, throw me the ball. I'll make something happen. I like how Saquon played. I do think that he needs to work on protection. A lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we brought him here to protect. I don't think that was the whole.
I mean, it's part of your game.
It is part of the game. But I don't think it's part of his game.
Oh, no, it has to be part of his game. I mean, you know, last week he sucked. Dude, it was terrible last week. Stuff I saw last week, I was just like, come on, man. You better than this. But I think this week he was a lot better. He picked up some stuff because there was one time where it seemed like Joy Mailata had a double read and he took off inside and Saquon had to take the blitzer coming up the left. And I felt like he did. He came in there, was firm, and he did a good job of stopping it. But, you know, last week he was terrible. This week they were saying, all right, you know what? Hey, we're going to let you check. If it ain't there, get out of there. And that's one of the things that hold a blitzer when you have a running back like that that's got good out of the backfield and can catch.
We didn't even talk about this.
My bad. Yeah, let's talk about
Savi B here, Penns Woods. Delicious.
Just awesome.
Nice and crisp.
Yeah.
Trey's had 2 glasses of it.
Yes, I have. This is beautiful for the day, and that's probably why I just been rambling on. But you know what? The one thing that I can say about this game, it wasn't a blowout. You know, it's like you take a game where it's like, man, that was a tough game. You know, it was an entertaining game.
Pretty bottle too.
It's a beautiful bottle. I like the label. Beautiful label. I like that.
Floral.
How many times do you just buy a bottle of wine just
Oh,
because?
dude, I'm such a sucker for
Yeah, a label will get me every time.
marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, that looks awesome. I want to get this bottle of wine just because of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or beer. I'm
Yeah.
sold on beer just because of the label.
Yeah. So let's switch over to
Let's switch over to
Pinot
this.
Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. There you go. As we get ready to switch over to the defensive side of the ball,
What do you got here?
has a little spice to it, a little bit. It's nice.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
mm-hmm.
You know, this is one that I feel like by looking at it, I wouldn't think it tastes like that.
yeah. By
Yeah.
looking at it
The way
does
that it tastes like it'd be a little less.
lighter. It tastes darker than what it looks.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But all right, so now we're talking about defense. Who crushed it on defense, man? I feel like Quinyon Mitchell
Mhm.
is just an animal.
Mhm.
I think he is a really good cornerback. And I think that in this game, you just saw good against good. And I felt like their good made better plays. You know, they made bigger plays. Because I felt that there were times Quinyon Mitchell was right there.
Yeah.
He just had a couple catches that were just made on him. And that's going to happen. Not saying that he got beat or not that he was out of position or whatever. He was there. A lot of those plays were contested. He did a really good job of even rallying up if there wasn't, closing the space and getting the receiver down right on the top. You know, so but there were times where, you know, he made catches on it.
I like the defense, dude. I
Mhm.
feel like there's a reason we lost this game. And they're doing their part. It seemed like if the offense were able to hang into it like we needed to,
Mhm.
that game was won.
Yeah.
Because the defense is doing what they need to do. They're making big plays in like key spots of the game. You know what I mean? What's 52's name?
Smith.
Yeah. That sack that he had was so crucial.
Yeah, I
You know
felt
what I mean?
that was a really good sack. They
They
ran a
ran a
nice little
nice game
stunt
right
on
there.
that.
Yeah, he came through so clean.
Yeah, but you don't. Okay, so here's my thing when it comes to, you know, with our pass rush. I feel like at times we don't have that crafty edge rusher. You saw it a little bit
Well, you
last.
saw us create pressure when we run games.
Yeah, when we run games.
Sometimes teams have to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially if their dogs are on the interior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then you're depending on having an offensive line that's terrible at switching up games.
Or you get really good at your games, and it doesn't matter if they're really good at it or not.
Okay.
You know, like if your D tackles are dogs,
Yeah.
and they're grabbing the guard and just like ripping them with it,
Mhm.
sometimes there's not a lot you can do off of that. Just like
No.
you were saying, maybe he was held.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
maybe.
Like,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
But I think maybe they're evolving into seeing like, hey, maybe this is the type of D line that we need to be, where we need to run more games and stunts, and we're not gonna beat these guys up off one-on-one off the edge.
I still need an edge rusher that can get to it.
What do you got?
You know, because I feel like 13. I know I'm going to tear his name up, and I'm sorry, you know, but Ojuolari, Aziz, yeah, number 13. But
Aziz Ojulari.
yeah, there we
think
go.
you nailed it.
Ojuolari, yeah, there we go. So I feel like.
Aziz.
Yeah,
That's his
Aziz.
first name.
Yeah, he did.
AO.
Yeah, AO. One of the rushes that they showed him came in with a nice long arm clean and got to the edge. It was really nice. You know, just because you don't see that much on our edge rushers, someone that can give you that, get on the corner, shorten the corner on the edge. So a lot of times you saw a lot of bull rush, but I felt like there were times if you can get that type of rusher, someone that can give you that edge to make the quarterback step up, then now it makes your inside guys a lot more effective. I feel like at times, a lot of our defensive ends, they just go transition straight into a bull rush, and that's not always the best rush.
If you're gonna bull rush, you're trying to spill the pocket
Mm-hmm.
or collapse the pocket. You know what I mean? But it's hard for you to get off of a bull rush because you're basically completely giving yourself up to this
Yeah.
tackle. right? So it's hard to get off of a bull rush and then make a play,
Mm-hmm.
unless you got him off balance of some sort. But basically, he's going to grab you and not let you off.
Yeah, he's gonna sit down and then that's it. You're done.
So your D tackle's got to come off and make a play, or the other end coming around has to make a play.
Mhm.
It's just tough. I almost feel like the bull rush, and I'm not a D lineman. They might also say this wrong, but I feel like the bull rush is like what people lean on when they're tired.
Or you have
Because
nothing
it's-
else.
Because it seems like you're working, but you're really not working.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like it's a lot of energy
yeah.
to give them one move and then have it be shut down and then counter into another move and then have that be shut down and then have to counter into another move. That's exhausting.
Yeah.
So like if your first move is shut down, you can like transition to a bull rush and probably get like a plus on the, you gave it a good try.
Yeah.
He sat down on you.
Yeah, there
You know what I
You
mean?
did what you were supposed to.
Yeah.
You came in, you bull rushed, he shut it down. Okay, you did what you were supposed to do. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll probably get some pushback from our D line.
Yeah, I feel like you have to bring more to the table. And I think that's why I felt like AO had a really nice rush because he's a tall, lankier rusher, and that's one of the things that I feel like we're missing is like that Josh Sweat type rusher, someone that can shorten the corner.
Yeah.
Where he's going to attack. It's not all about bull rush. It's more of sitting that tackle down, come with a long arm clean, and take the edge, and then now that's going to make that quarterback step up. And he seems like he can do that. And I felt like last week. In this past game that he had a pretty good game when it came to rushing. Then now you had Smith that got the sack on the stunt, which was cool. I think 97 is really doing a really good job for us as well. Yeah, Jomo is really doing a really good job on the interior as well, So, and then, Jaden Collier is what he is. I mean, what I'm saying? That cat is an animal as well. So I think that, as we can get a little bit more craftiness from our ends, that's what I need.
The more craftiness from our ends and our public coordinator. Craftiness. That's all that's missing out there in the field, full craftiness.
Yeah, because I think that you got the secondary. You got a good secondary. You have a really good secondary. I feel like Ringo, he just had a tough day out. He had a tough game.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us,
What was the toughest game you ever had? Like where it just wasn't your day?
Man, anytime I had to deal with Simeon Rice,
I'm
like, man, it was just tough. It was tough dealing with it. It was very awkward.
Do you prefer to run block or pass block against Simeon?
Well, I prefer pass blocking anyway because
Right,
I feel like, that's what I'm much better as a pass protector. It was just dealing with him, which is really tough. How about you?
Dude, Chris Canty always gave me problems for some reason.
Yeah.
I think it's because he was taller.
Yeah,
He used to going against shorter D linemen.
Uh-huh.
But I remember, I think he was in New York, and there was one game we were playing, and he just kept doing this like pop up little wiggle, and I would fall for it every time. And I'd be like, I'd come back to that huddle, and I'd be like, Trey, I don't know what's going on. And he'd be like, you good, man? I was like, he gives me this stupid wiggle, and I'd get beating me every time. And you're like, what's wrong with you? And it was just something about, I think I was just the visuals of it. He's taller than me. I'm used to guys being shorter.
Yeah.
This tall guy was wiggling. I was like, oh, I'm gonna punch the shit out of him. Whoop, falling every time. Every time.
He kept giving you give it.
Like he'd hop straight up out of his stance.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like not 6'9", he's 6'10".
Yeah.
Hop up and he's like, stupid little wiggle.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay. Yeah. Whoa. Like he was inviting me to do it, and I felt like he was snickering at me every time. You know what I mean? He was so in my head. But people ask me that all the time, and I'm like, I played a lot of good D linemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that Chris Canty was not good.
Yeah.
But he's not like probably who you would think. Certain people hit you differently.
Yeah, it's just certain players are it's the problem. It's the problem player, and everybody has one. And we've.
Yeah,
played
like
against
Trey, you played against DeMarcus Ware so many times.
Yeah, and DeMarcus Ware was good.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, DeMarcus Ware hit me with a move one time, and I'm like, shit, I don't know where he is.
Remember the fake spin that he hit?
Oh, dog, that's the play I'm talking about. I mean, he hit me with the fake spin, and I was like, I don't know which way he went. Because I'm thinking that he's gonna spin inside, so I react inside, and then no, he fake, and I'm like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Please throw the ball. Please throw the ball, because I have no idea where he is.
Yeah.
But I felt like Simeon Rice was always the toughest guy that I had to deal with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I think back to the defense, dude. I think we're good defense.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, we'll be
obviously there's things you can tighten up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and they're magnified in the loss. But I think D, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, keep doing
Keep doing what you're doing. You got a game, you got a crusher. You crushed it. You got a crusher play of the game for defense.
I think the secondary crushed it. What are I think our defensive line. I don't know. We got pushed on it.
It's hard to pick one.
Yeah, I know, especially when you lose.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, good job.
Yeah, good job. Just hang in there, because Big Red never gave out game balls.
No game balls on the
No
walls.
game balls on the walls.
You didn't get your captain's picture.
No, man.
You know what?
No captain's picture, none of
The
that.
captain this week.
No, dog, it didn't exist. That picture is trashed. But all right, cool, man. And then I think Jake Elliott keeps doing his thing, at special teams. Michael Clay keeps doing his thing.
I swore that we were going to let Jake Elliott try to kick a 70-yarder there.
That would have been awesome, especially with the juice balls.
Well, especially since we didn't get the first down.
Yeah, we didn't, But, so what's your take on the juice balls right now?
It was brought to my attention recently in that press conference, right?
Yeah.
Was that Fangio?
Yeah, Fangio.
Fangio was talking about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, are they really juiced or are they just broken in?
The rules have
breaking
changed
in all week long.
Yeah, the rules have changed to where they can break the balls in and do the massaging and put all the oils on
all
it.
the lotions.
Yeah,
and put the lotion on the ball.
Yeah, they do whatever they could like to do to the balls to make them ready.
They rub them in dirt. And,
whatever.
Yeah,
But
I imagine that would help a lot because if you ever felt a broken in leather ball, a brand new one, it's a lot softer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess so. After you slap it, massage it,
yeah,
you tenderize it.
Rub it.
Yeah, put some little pressure on it. Yeah.
Put the pressure on it, take the pressure out, put the pressure on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it in the freezer, put it in the oven, put it in the freezer, put it in the oven.
Slap some oils on it.
Oil.
Yeah.
Sand.
Yeah.
Oil.
Do whatever you got to do. Yeah.
It's all about contrast.
Yeah, because and then kickers now are really good. It's like, dude, when I looked at the first field goal that Denver kicked, that man put some English on that kick because it was started left.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, I know that Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are going to be to his right side. So he kicked it where the ball went left and curved right down the middle. Put a little English on it.
Let me ask.
Yes.
Do you think that he purposely did that because of the rush?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes. I absolutely think, I believe with everything in me, that's what he did. We got to get Akers. Do you think kickers can do that?
Well, when I'm golfing, sometimes I hit a perfect draw.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes I hit a perfect fade. Sometimes I hit it perfectly straight.
Yes.
Never when I'm trying to do any of those, though.
But they are professionals.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
That's just like when you ask a professional golfer.
I think that what we do as a defense is we're thinking most of these kicks are coming straight. And so they go and they line themselves up between the holder and the upright.
Uh-huh.
And this kicker probably kicks a fade majority of the time. I don't think that he went out there and was like, where's the rush at?
I'm going to kick a fade.
And then, if it was on the other hash.
Dude, that ball went left. Dude, he put English on that ball to where it went left and it curved right.
I would love it if that was true.
I need to talk to a kicker.
Let's dive in.
We need to speak to a kicker because most kickers are usually the best golfers on the team.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, because it's all swinging and timing and motion and how you strike. I'm just saying. It's all about striking. They say the kick is just like a golf swing.
Except for you do it with your leg. I mean,
I'm not
hitting anything is very similar.
Put a little English on it.
I don't.
You know
so.
what I'm saying? You look at the punters now. What's our punter's name? You know what I'm saying? Because
Bradley Mann.
When he kicked.
Braden Mann.
Yeah.
Bradley Mann.
I'm sure. All right.
B-Man.
Yeah. So B-Man, when he had one of his punts and when it went in the end zone, he knew that ball was going to hit right at the 2-yard line and the ball was going to pop up to where it wasn't going to go right into the end zone. You could tell he was pissed. He was like,
knew that?
Huh?
He knew that?
Yeah, he was pissed.
Why didn't he tell the gunner?
The gunner overran it and he chose the wrong side. I'm just saying, though, dog. You could tell, man was like, dude, how did you not get that? I did exactly what I told you it was going to do. ball hit, pop right up.
So you think that there's a level of precision
Yes.
in the NFL that I don't think exists?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm telling you, man, these kickers are something different, man. This is not, you're not just out there like we were doing. We were young and just kicking shit in the air and just you don't know where it's going. These guys are effective. Even the way they drop the ball down to punt it, that they know, okay. Huh?
I don't agree with you.
All right, cool.
I don't agree with you. Agree to disagree, and I don't want to sit here and argue about it.
All right, I think that they're pretty.
You're just going to keep saying, yeah, they do this and they do that, and then they do this.
It's all about the way they position the ball and timing and swing. We need to get Landetta.
Dude,
where's
absolutely.
Landetta? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, we need to talk.
That's our next guest.
Yeah, we'll get Landetta.
Landetta.
So we can talk kicking strategy and how good kickers are, and should they get more respect in the locker room?
Oh. You may get a little bit of a biased fib here to make it seem like, you know what I mean? Dude, if I was a kicker,
yeah, I would oversell
and
it.
I was retired, yes, I would totally oversell it. I mean, you guys have no idea the amount of geometry and that goes into each kick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you could never be a kicker. You could never teach your son to be a kicker. There's so much that goes into it.
I would definitely oversell it.
Absolutely. It's like,
yeah, man, dude, you have no clue.
Oversell offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, so you just push people around? Oh
no, you have no idea. You'd have no idea what goes on into it. There's so much happening before they say set hut, you wouldn't even believe it. Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, well, this is our Cab Franc.
Oh, Cab Franc.
2019 Cab Franc. And
that is delicious. That's good. I like that. I have a Cab Franc going right now. I hope it tastes like this.
I love the evolution of our show.
Yeah. Dude.
Like 3 years ago, we're like, I'm gonna start making some wine.
Yeah.
Now we're like tasting. Oh, this is delicious. I have a Cab Franc going right now.
Yeah. I hope it tastes something like this. But this is good. Yeah. I like that, man.
So let me ask you about this. The loss, tough. We didn't want it. We're heading into a short week. You think short week's good right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Get this. Let's flush this one out quick. Yeah. And then you go up there and you go take care of business in New York. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right.
All right. Catch us again.
Until next time.
Till next time. Cheers.
Cheers.